Most men assume that losing sexual performance is simply a natural part of aging. They think it's inevitable, something that just happens once you pass 40, 50, or 60. But here's the truth that many people don't realize. In many cases, it's not aging that quietly damages male performance. It's daily habits, small things that seem harmless, but slowly interfere with blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and hormone balance. And the most concerning part, many men repeat these habits for years without realizing the damage they're causing. Not in 10 years, not even in 5. Sometimes the effects begin today. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 common mistakes that can harm male sexual health after 40. Some of them may surprise you. Others might be things you've done without thinking twice. But more importantly, I'll also share what you can do instead. Simple changes that support healthy blood flow and help maintain confidence for many years to come. And make sure you stay until the end of the video, because I'll also share a natural strategy that many doctors recommend to support healthy circulation, which plays a major role in maintaining strong performance. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Emily Carter and I specialize in men's health and urology. For more than 12 years, I've worked with men of all ages, helping them navigate issues that many people feel uncomfortable talking about, such as erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, prostate health, and overall sexual wellness. Over time, I began to notice an important pattern. Most of these problems rarely start with a sudden medical event. Instead, they develop slowly through small daily habits that many men don't think much about. The good news is this: when you understand what may be affecting your body, many of these issues can often be prevented or even improved through simple lifestyle changes made early enough. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe so it can reach more men who may benefit from this information. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me which country you're watching from and how old you are. It's always inspiring to see men from around the world taking an interest in their health, ignoring small changes. Your penis can sometimes act like an early warning light for your body. If erections begin to feel weaker, slower, or harder to maintain, many men assume it's simply a normal part of aging. But in reality, these small changes can sometimes signal something deeper happening inside the body. The arteries that carry blood to the penis are extremely small, much smaller than the arteries that supply the heart or brain. Because of this circulation, problems often appear there first. In many cases, erectile dysfunction is not only about sexual performance, it can be an early indicator that blood vessels are beginning to narrow or lose flexibility. In fact, research has shown that men who develop erectile dysfunction may face a higher risk of cardiovascular problems within the next 5 to 7 years. That's why these changes shouldn't be ignored. Instead of brushing them aside, think of them as your body's early signal, an opportunity to pay attention to your circulation, improve your lifestyle, and protect your long-term health. Trying dangerous internet remedies. Over the years in my clinic, I've seen some truly alarming situations caused by advice people found online. Some men have tried applying apple cider vinegar. Others have used rubber bands to restrict blood flow. And a few have even attempted homemade stretching devices. Unfortunately, these methods are not only ineffective, they can be extremely dangerous. The tissue inside the penis is delicate and highly specialized. When excessive pressure or unsafe devices are used, it can lead to serious complications, such as tissue tears, nerve damage, or permanent scarring. In fact, I've treated patients who had to be rushed to the emergency room because metal rings or other objects became stuck and cut off circulation. Situations like that can quickly become a medical emergency. It's important to remember that the penis is a very sensitive structure. Even a small mistake can cause long-term damage. When it comes to sexual health, quick internet fixes are rarely worth the risk. Neglecting proper hygiene. This may sound like a simple issue, but in reality, it's far more common than many people think. Proper hygiene plays an important role in maintaining overall genital health, especially for men who are uncircumcised. In these cases, gently cleaning beneath the foreskin on a regular basis helps prevent the buildup of natural oils, sweat, and dead skin cells. When hygiene is neglected, a substance called smegma can accumulate under the foreskin. While it is a normal bodily secretion, excessive buildup can create an environment where bacteria and fungi thrive. Over time, this may lead to irritation, unpleasant odor, inflammation, or infections such as balanitis. In rare cases, long-term chronic inflammation has also been associated with an increased risk of certain penile conditions. While these situations are uncommon, they highlight why maintaining basic hygiene habits is so important. At the same time, it's equally important not to overdo it. Using harsh soaps, aggressive scrubbing, or heavily scented products can disrupt the skin's natural protective barrier. The skin in this area is sensitive, and stripping away its natural oils may cause dryness, irritation, or microscopic damage. The healthiest approach is simple and balanced. Gentle cleaning with warm water, mild soap if needed, and careful drying afterward. When it comes to hygiene, consistency and moderation are always the key. Ignoring pain, bleeding, or unusual lumps. Another mistake that many men make is ignoring warning signs that the body is trying to send. Pain during sexual activity, blood in the urine, or the appearance of a lump or unusual swelling in the genital area should never be dismissed as something minor. While these symptoms can sometimes be caused by relatively simple conditions, they may also signal underlying medical issues that require attention. For example, infections of the urinary tract or reproductive organs can lead to pain, inflammation, and discomfort. Kidney or bladder stones may also cause bleeding or sharp pain during urination. In rarer cases, persistent lumps or unexplained bleeding could indicate more serious conditions that need medical evaluation. The key point is that early detection makes a significant difference. When problems are identified, early treatment is often simpler, more effective, and far less stressful. Listening to your body and seeking medical advice when something feels unusual is always the smarter and safer choice. Risky or overly aggressive sexual activity. Another issue that is rarely discussed openly is the risk of injury caused by overly aggressive sexual activity. Certain positions or sudden forceful movements can lead to a condition known as a penile fracture. Although the name can sound confusing, it refers to a tear in the tissue that fills with blood during an erection. While it is relatively uncommon, it does happen, and often in moments when people least expect it. Many men who experience this injury describe hearing or feeling a sudden popping sensation. This is usually followed by immediate and intense pain, rapid swelling, and significant bruising. When this occurs, it should always be treated as a medical emergency. Immediate medical care is important to prevent long-term complications and to support proper healing. Another factor that is often overlooked is friction. When there is insufficient lubrication, excessive friction can place additional stress on delicate tissue. Over time, repeated irritation may contribute to small micro-injuries or inflammation that affect comfort and sensitivity. Using adequate lubrication and maintaining controlled, comfortable movement can help reduce unnecessary strain on the tissue. Paying attention to comfort and communication during intimacy is not only safer, but it also supports a healthier and more positive experience overall. Let me share a brief story about one of my patients. His name was David. He was 57 years old and worked as an accountant. David didn't come to see me because of severe pain or a medical emergency. Instead, he came in because of something that had been quietly worrying him. He said, "Doctor, things just don't feel as strong as they used to." At first, David assumed it was simply part of getting older. Like many men, he ignored the changes for several months, hoping they would resolve on their own. But during a routine checkup, we decided to run a few simple tests. The results revealed something important. David's blood vessels were beginning to narrow, which was affecting blood flow. This wasn't only related to sexual performance, it was also an early warning sign of cardiovascular issues. The good news is that David made a few small changes. He began walking 30 minutes each day, improved his sleep, reduced stress, and paid more attention to his circulation. Within a few months, not only did his performance improve, but his overall energy and confidence did as well. Another factor many men rarely think about is heat exposure. The testicles are located outside the body for an important biological reason. They need to stay slightly cooler than normal body temperature to support healthy sperm production and balance testosterone levels. When this temperature balance is disrupted for long periods, it can begin to affect how efficiently the testes function. Some everyday habits can unintentionally raise this temperature. Frequently placing a laptop directly on your lap can generate heat. Spending long periods in hot tubs, saunas, or very hot baths may have a similar effect. Even keeping a smartphone in a tight front pocket throughout the day can increase warmth in that area. Individually, these habits may not seem serious, but when they occur regularly, the accumulated heat can place stress on the processes responsible for hormone regulation and reproductive health. Research suggests that prolonged heat exposure may temporarily affect sperm quality and sometimes influence testosterone balance. This doesn't mean these activities must be avoided entirely, but moderation is important. Simple adjustments can help using a desk instead of your lap, for laptops limiting long hot baths, and carrying your phone in a jacket or bag instead of a tight pocket. Small habits like these can help protect long-term hormonal and reproductive health. Using excessive force during masturbation. Another habit that many men rarely talk about is the amount of pressure used during masturbation. Over time, consistently using very strong grip or excessive force can lead to what is sometimes referred to as death grip syndrome. This occurs when the body gradually becomes accustomed to a very specific level of intense stimulation. When that happens, normal sexual activity may feel less stimulating by comparison. Some men begin to notice that it becomes more difficult to reach orgasm with a partner even though nothing is physically wrong. The issue is not necessarily damage, but rather conditioning of the nervous system to a certain type of stimulation. The good news is that this pattern can often be improved with simple adjustments. Slowing down using a lighter touch and allowing the body to respond to more natural levels of sensation can help restore sensitivity over time. In some cases, using a quality lubricant can also reduce friction and create a more comfortable experience. The key idea is balance. Being more mindful of pressure and pacing can help maintain healthy sensitivity and support a more satisfying sexual experience overall. If there is one habit that can damage erectile function faster than most others, it is smoking. Nicotine and other chemicals found in cigarettes can harm the delicate lining of blood vessels throughout the body. Over time, this damage interferes with the body's ability to produce nitric oxide, a key molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and expand. When nitric oxide levels decrease, blood flow becomes more restricted. And since a healthy erection depends heavily on strong, steady circulation, reduced blood flow can make it much more difficult to achieve or maintain firmness. The encouraging news is that the body has an impressive ability to recover. Many men who quit smoking begin to see improvements in circulation energy levels and overall vascular health over time. Many men place a great deal of personal value on their sexual performance. Because of this, even small changes can sometimes create significant anxiety. But the reality is that everyone experiences off days. Fatigue, stress, poor sleep, or emotional pressure can all temporarily affect performance, and this is completely normal. The problem begins when worry itself becomes the main obstacle. When the brain senses stress or pressure, it activates the body's fight or flight response. This response releases stress hormones that cause blood vessels to tighten rather than relax. Unfortunately, that reaction works against the very process required for a healthy erection, which depends on relaxed blood vessels and strong circulation. Learning to reduce stress, stay mentally present, and approach intimacy without pressure can often make a meaningful difference in both confidence and performance. There is a common phrase often used in medicine: use it or lose it. While it may sound simple, this idea reflects an important biological principle. Erections are not only related to sexual activity, they also play a role in maintaining the health of penile tissue. During an erection, oxygen-rich blood flows into the tissue of the penis. This regular circulation helps keep the tissue elastic, nourished, and responsive. In many ways, it acts like a natural form of maintenance for the vascular and muscular structures involved. However, when healthy blood flow does not occur regularly over long periods of time, the tissue may gradually lose some of its elasticity. Reduced oxygen supply can affect how flexible and responsive the tissue remains. This doesn't mean there is a strict schedule or requirement. Rather, it highlights the importance of maintaining healthy circulation and overall vascular health. Regular physical activity, balanced hormones, and good cardiovascular health all help support this natural process. Supporting male sexual health often comes down to the same habits that protect the heart and blood vessels. Regular physical activity is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Exercise helps improve circulation, supports hormone balance, and keeps blood vessels flexible and responsive. Even simple activities like brisk walking for 30 minutes a day can make a meaningful difference over time. Quality sleep is another essential factor. During deep sleep, the body regulates hormones, repairs tissues, and restores energy levels. Consistently poor sleep can gradually affect testosterone levels and overall vitality. Managing stress is equally important. Chronic stress can interfere with hormone balance and restrict healthy blood flow, both of which play a role in sexual performance. Nutrition also matters. A heart-healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and whole foods supports vascular health. Some natural compounds, such as L-citrulline found in watermelon, may also support circulation. The body converts it into nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels relax and improve blood flow. A final encouraging message. Before we finish, I want you to remember something important. Erectile difficulties are not the end of your masculinity. They are not a failure, and they do not define who you are. In many cases, they are simply a signal from the body, a reminder that something in your health may need more attention. When you choose to listen to that signal instead of ignoring it, you give yourself the opportunity to make positive changes. Over the years, I've worked with many men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s who believed their best years were behind them. But after making small improvements to their lifestyle, sleeping better, managing stress, becoming more active, and supporting their overall health, they regained not only better performance, but also renewed confidence and energy. That's the power of small, consistent habits. The choices you make today can shape how you feel for many years to come. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing it with other men who may benefit from this information. And before you go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments. What is one habit you're ready to change starting today? Take care of yourself because you deserve a healthy, confident, and fulfilling life.